Hi, I'm Nancy Blotner. At Caldwell University, we believe that all citizens should be informed about the important issues that affect their daily lives. That's why we're proud to support programming produced by the Caucus Educational Corporation and their partners in public television.
This special edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato is brought to you from the Tisch WNET studios at Lincoln Center. Funding has been provided by Englewood Hospital and Medical Center, Caldwell University, TD Bank, QualCare Inc., a managed care company administering health plans that care about your health care. Kessler Foundation, changing the lives of people with disabilities. The North Ward Center. And by the New Jersey Office of the Insurance Fraud Prosecutor. Insurance fraud costs New Jersey families $1,300 a year. Promotional support provided by NJ Biz, all business, all New Jersey. And by New Jersey Monthly, the magazine of the Garden State, available at newsstands.
This is One-on-One. I'm an equal American just like you are.
The jobs of tomorrow are not the jobs of yesterday.
Look at this. You got this?
Here it is, man. Look at that.
Life without dance is boring.
When you first heard that they were doing Charlie Rose and Gayle King, didn't you go, what?
Do you enjoy talking politics?
No.
People call me because they feel nobody's paying attention.
Our culture, I don't think, has ever been tested the way it's being tested right now.
Such a good question. High five.
Hi, I'm Steve Adubato. Welcome to the Tisch WNET studio here in the heart of New York City. It is our honor and pleasure to introduce two very special people. Paul Sorvino and Dee Dee Sorvino, the co-authors of a fascinating book. It is called Pinot, Pasta, and Parties.
Woo, party.
The two
Fun every day.
Look at, is it every day? A party every day?
It's not a party every day, all day, but every day. We make something, festive. And now we're very happy to be here. This is a great show.
It is a great show. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And speaking of great shows, let's get this out of the way. The two of you connected a couple of years back?
3.
2 years and 4 months, April 27th.
Well,
but who's counting?
That's when we got married.
Yes.
He's talking about when we met, right?
You got married right in this at Lincoln Center,
We did.
maybe a few feet from here.
We love it here.
Right?
This is
Yes.
hallowed ground for us.
But
Right in front of the fountain in Lincoln Center.
How beautiful is that? But you met my good friend Neil Cavuto's show.
Yes.
And only a few blocks from here, 48th and 6th. Now you meet. Now who's doing the show? Both of you, one
both.
coming on, you're coming off.
They used to call me the Reagan Democrat, right? So they'd have me on for various political opinions, of which I know very little, but, I just give my opinion, and which I am wont to do here and there. And so I do it, and I get off, and this woman passes me by. I didn't get a good look at her. Went on to the coffee area. She comes off. I'm putting my coat on. I look at her, and that's it. It's all over. I was in love with her from the start. She had an aura around her. I saw everything, and it was just a whole different deal. And she looks at me, and I said, it was a nice thing between us. And I said to Spinato, we're going to go have Eric Spinato, the producer.
Another Italian.
I know.
Yeah, we were going to have dinner.
Did you go to my favorite place?
Del Frisco.
Of course, you went to Del Frisco.
Sure. He said, we're going there, so you want to come? I said, is she coming? He said, I'll ask her. So apparently he said,
Eric ran over. You gotta come. You gotta come. I'm like, what is wrong with him? Then I figured it out. So we went, and that was it.
I gotta guess. I swear we'll talk about the book. I promise.
Yeah.
Now you know who he is because he is who he is. What do you say to yourself?
Well, it was really not about that because I had not seen Goodfellas. I know.
I'm sorry. I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
Both of us, wait for me.
Come on. This is Big Paulie. Hold on one second.
Wait for me. I'll be with you.
You don't know the scene. No. He's sick and tired of this.
She knows from nothing.
You don't know the scene in the jail where he's explaining where he's making a meal for all these guys.
I know everything you could ever know about Goodfellas now because every day people run up and talk about it. And in restaurants, they'll bring cloves of garlic, and they must have gone down the street to CVS with a razor blade.
Okay, my favorite.
But I loved him. I mean, he's got this thing about him, right? So it was over.
All right, I get this out of the way, I promise. My favorite line in the movie. Okay, ready?
I'm not going to turn my back on you.
No. What do you say to Ray?
Don't make a jerk out of me.
Don't make a jerk. The other one, I always say to my friends, we're not We're not animali.
We're not animali.
We're not
We got to
animali.
go back. What are we, animali? That's a
go
Paul
back.
written line.
Gotta go back to Cameron.
That's an ad lib.
Karen!
Kevin!
I'm sorry. That's it. I gotta stop. I'm stopping.
But you should tell Steve to slap. At least tell him that's,
Oh, that.
that's something you
Oh,
like.
please.
In the
will
backyard,
love
where I'm
this.
saying you're not going to do it at junk, right? And I'm telling you, don't do that. Don't make a jerk out of me. So he's not kind of paying attention to me. He's looking to the side. Yeah, Paulie, sure. I slapped him. He wasn't paying
Legit.
attention. I whacked him
Yeah,
one.
he didn't know what was coming.
And that got his attention. At the end of the scene, I said, I'm sorry, Ray. He said, no, it was great, because he's a 100% actor. You know, he really...
That is
but it
beautiful.
just bothered me, so I smacked him one.
I love it. But, we'll talk later about the
Okay.
movie. Okay. This book, how does it come about in the first place?
Well, I'm in New York. I love New York. It's the best place in the world. And I have to go to LA. I have to live in Hollywood. And I do, because Paul's an actor. That's what they do out there. So I'm like, well, what am I going to do? I'm not going to do the pundit thing anymore, because it's
Hold
LA.
on, by the way, excuse me. You are a very prominent, successful Republican. Yeah, you're a pundit. You help Republicans get elected to office.
I used to, until
Yes.
I married an actor. Now I'm in Hollywood writing a book about Pinot, pasta, and parties.
Okay.
So that's why. I gave that up for my husband, because that's what you do when you get married. It's a partnership. So I wanted to do
That's what you
something.
do. Not everybody does that.
That's why I wanted to do something
what you
with my
chose to
husband.
do.
That's what I chose
Yeah.
to do. I love Paul, and we wanted to do
I got
this
lucky.
together. So we wrote the
See, I
book.
got real lucky.
So put the
Real lucky.
idea together and thought we'd weave our stories in and make cocktails and wonderful pasta. But really, the food is more in Paul's department. The drinks are my department.
The drinks are your department.
Yeah.
Created 10 signature cocktails there.
Yeah,
Such
they're brand
as?
new. They're wonderful.
The Goodfella.
The Goodfella. That'd be the one
Good-
you would like. I'd
The
recommend to you
Goodfella
the
has.
Goodfella.
Go ahead. What's in the Goodfella?
Well, I'll tell you most of the ingredients, but we want people to buy the book.
We
so
do.
there is one secret ingredient. Paul loves
Jack.
Jack, and but why do you love Jack? Frank Sinatra.
Well, not really. Sinatra, I found out after I loved it, I found out that's what he drank. But that's good, because I love Sinatra.
What's
Yeah.
not to love?
Greatest
By the way,
singer in
Sinatra
history.
never wore what color shoes?
Black.
He only wore black. He never wore
Brown.
brown. Thank you.
So anyway, so it's Jack Daniels, and it's Scotch and cognac, and you're thinking, what? in
Yeah, I
the
was going to
heck?
say what?
But
What?
no, it's so good. And then there's a secret ingredient. They
That
have to buy the book for.
civilizes it.
Yeah, a secret ingredient, and it is the most amazing drink you'll ever have if you like strong drinks.
But you
It's
better have railings
amazing.
next to you when you finish it.
No, everyone who's tasted it, they're like, wow, that's really good. What's in it? They would never guess.
By the way, take a look at this. Guys, we have our terrific team can respond to this. They didn't know I was going to do this. This is, I went through the whole book. My favorite picture, these pictures right here, these are gorgeous pictures.
Thank you.
We had so much fun. And we were on Long Island with that.
Yeah,
He's on the
Sag
island?
Harbor.
Yeah.
Sag Harbor.
So
That's where
these
we took
pictures are
those.
taken all over.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Some of the recipes, okay, are they all from where? From back growing
I've
up?
been cooking since I'm 12.
Where'd you grow up?
My father is was Neapolitan. So the dishes are primarily Neapolitan or Neapolitan influenced. There are also pan-Italian recipes from other places, and desserts and things called that I like or that I
What
found.
paese?
Napoli.
Okay, but right in?
Napoli città.
Oh, okay.
Govomero, on top of the hill.
Got it.
My family has been there for 1,000 years. The Sorvinos are noble. Our coat of arms goes back to 1150.
My God.
I'm actually a knight. I'm Cavaliere di Gran Croce, Knight of the Great Cross.
Got it. Got it. So these recipes from all...
Oh, yeah, I've been cooking. This is, the interesting thing about this is, anybody who knows will notice that these are absolutely Neapolitan. I mean, most of them. And they're not changed. They're exactly as the way the Neapolitan sailors made them on their little boats for the marinara, let's say.
Yes.
Marinara in the Neapolitan language means sailor. So they created it, just olive oil, garlic, and tomatoes, a little basil, and that's it. If they made a
Simple.
catch, they'd put some
Simple.
seafood in it, a seafood marinara.
But unbelievably
Very
delicious.
simple and out of this world.
Had you had marinara like that
No.
before?
No, from me, yeah, but not before me.
No, not before.
No,
Stop.
not before Paul. Paul's an amazing cook. He really is. You know, before, I just made reservations. That was it. I was going every night. I'm in New York, Del Frisco's or whatever. And,
She says, "Where are we going tonight?" I said, "Here." Okay.
you know,
Like
and
you're
Paul-
going to stay home.
Yeah,
And
Paul
he's
made
gonna-
dinner, and then the next day, I'm like, well, where are we going? He said, well, I thought I'd cook lamb chops or something. I'm like, what? We ate at home last night. To me, that was a foreign concept. But now we do it all the time.
And it's a whole experience, isn't it?
She's
It
learned
is.
how to cook brilliantly.
Oh, you actually?
She learned
no,
during
I
the
cook
making of the
now.
book.
In the beginning.
In the beginning, she
I
had
learned.
not a clue. But then it turns out she's actually more inventive than I am. I'm a high priest of the old way. It has to be done this way. But she takes chances and changes, and she's got a great hand. We say in cooking, I had my own restaurant. I'm half a chef. I mean, I'm almost like a pro chef.
He is a chef.
And she's got a great hand. She just knows. She has the taste. She has the intelligence, of course.
I don't mind failing, so I just kind of experiment. If it works, it works. If
And
it
you do it
doesn't, it
together. I'm
doesn't.
curious about this.
Yeah.
You cook together.
Sometimes, yeah, sure.
Well, Paul's doing the sauce, and I'm chopping onions, and Paul does the garlic. That's his
Of course,
department.
no kidding.
So yeah, he's the expert in that for sure.
And is that experience of doing it together, I'm curious about this. I'm always fascinated by marriages and people being together. Does it bring you together, actually cooking? My wife and I have never actually cooked a meal together.
You really should.
Anything you do together that's good. First of all, I don't know if your wife is Italian, but it doesn't matter. Mine isn't.
She's
Yeah.
if.
Well,
if
the
Irish if Italian.
point being, if you do something that's about love, because that's for Italians, food is love. We don't live to eat. We don't eat to live. We live to eat.
That's right.
So when you do something that you're going to serve other people or serve each other, and that's where the love is. And so if anything you do together is a really good thing.
Yeah.
And the more you can do together, the better, especially something creative like cooking.
I love the idea that you cook together, you are together, you party together,
Yeah.
you like the interesting drinks together. I have to do this, though, the politics. Your politics happens to be what? Similar, different?
They're different because I'm very far to the right.
You're not very far to the right.
I'm all
Of
the way.
whom?
I'm all the way to the right.
Torquemada, she's 2 steps to the right of Torquemada.
And Paul
Come
is just
on.
Paul's an actor. He doesn't really get into politics that much. I mean, here and there. But if he's got a friend in politics, like he helped Giuliani,
Giuliani is a very good
so
friend.
he showed
A
up.
moderate Republican, he is.
Reagan Democrat.
Reagan,
No,
okay.
I think he's moderate. No, Rudy's moderate.
Moderate, I would
He
say.
is, right.
Yeah, but one of my
Right.
best friends was Mario Cuomo.
Right.
And his son is a very dear friend.
Chris and Andrew.
Yeah.
And Mario was actually
And
most.
Andrew was at the birthday party she threw for me 2 years ago.
he was kind enough to come.
he gave a speech from. He's a wonderful guy.
He invited us to the governor's mansion, and he would not let me eat.
He said
but he would
she's a
let me have a
Republican.
drink.
She cannot eat, but he was
Because
joking.
I'm a
Of course he
Republican.
was joking.
He
He's a
let me
sweet guy. I
in, but
like
he
him.
wouldn't let me have
But
anything.
you were
No,
actually,
he was great.
you're over here. You're pretty far over here.
Yeah.
And that doesn't,
No, not at
What's that
all.
got to do with pasta fazola?
No. But that's
Has
the
nothing
whole
to do with
point.
pasta
That
fazola.
brings us
Okay.
around to what you were saying.
Yes.
Anyone can have a meal together, and
Yeah.
it makes you closer no matter what.
We'll solve all the world problems. So sit down and eat with us and have some good wine. We'll solve the
I know
problem.
another way to solve it. Not only is Paul so talented as an actor, as a chef, sculptor. Years ago, you don't remember this, my colleague Raphael Puerman and I, he's right here in the studio, does a great show, Metro Focus, every night. He and I interviewed you years ago. You did something for us. I don't know if you'll do it for us again. You sang just a little bit for us. I heard that you were singing downstairs.
I was warming up the pipes. I do a little bit.
I do it.
Okay.
What do you do?
Malado sole, che bella neve, o sole mie, stan fronte a te, o sole mie, stan fronte a te, stan fronte a te.
It never gets old. Good job, honey.
How?
That song was written about
She's
my
looking
aunt.
for a kiss right now.
Excuse me, I'm with people now.
How?
The song was written about my aunt, the little girl. That's the subject of the song.
People don't know Solimino what it really is
It
about.
means
Go
my
ahead.
son. And the son for the composer, the lyricist, after a rainstorm in Naples, he looked next door, saw a little blonde girl with big blue eyes, said, the sun is beautiful, but the sun for me is what shines from this little
right.
girl's face, and that was my Aunt Louisa.
Amazing, isn't it?
He is so romantic.
Yes.
And he's got the
I don't know what
skills
makes
to
you
back
say
it up.
that.
It worked. He got me.
You married up too, by the way.
Oh, I did.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Did.
Before I let you out of here, the secret to a happy, healthy, good life.
She's first.
He's first. And it works. And he's first.
I want her happiness more than mine.
And I want his happiness. That's why I ended up in LA.
Stop it. You're making people sick right now. They're sitting
know,
but
it's true.
Is it really true?
Yeah, it is.
look out for the other.
Yeah.
So your key is, go ahead.
To make her happy, because I really feel that everybody deserves happiness, and she more than anybody I know. And I believe that in a relationship, if you really love another person, their happiness is paramount. I don't have to worry about me, because she's worrying about me. But I don't really have to worry about me. I'm not good at taking care of myself anyway.
If Paul's
so she has
happy,
to
I'm
take care of
happy.
me.
If he's happy, I'm happy. We're good. We have dinner. You know, the thing about doing that is you know you're always going to plan something together every day. It's fun.
The name of the book is Pinot, Pasta and Parties. Dee Dee and Paul Sorvino. They're a
Right
great
for Mother's
couple.
Day. Mother's Day.
Yeah, great for Mother's Day.
We dedicated it to our mothers.
Well, that's a beautiful
Great
thing.
Mother's Day gift.
Thank you. And I want to particularly thank you, but thank you especially for all of your great work that so many of us who just happen, listen, you don't have to be Italian American to particularly appreciate your work, but thank you.
Thank you very much. You're very, very good.
Very good.
We'll be right back right after this.
To see more one-on-one with Steve Adubato programs, visit us online at steveadubato.org. If you would like to express an opinion, email us at info@caucusnj.org. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Steve Adubato, PhD, and follow us on Twitter at Steve Adubato.
Hi, Bitsy.
Hi, Michael.
Hi, Bitsy.
Hi, Michael.
Hi, Bitsy. Hi, Michael. Hey, Jesse. Hey, Michael. I brought you chicken noodle soup.
Oh my gosh, I'm actually starving. Thank you. It's so sweet of you.
Oh, good. It's hot. It's fresh.
What made you do this?
Oh, because you're sick.
I'm not sick.
You are now.
You're not getting this role, Michael.
But don't go out this. See this? This guy right here? Not this guy. This guy. This is Michael Urie, actor, director. Right now he's in the government inspector at the Red Bull Theater over on 42nd Street. But we saw right there, that was from?
That's from the Drama Desk Awards, which I hosted last year and I'm hosting again this year.
Tell everyone what the Drama Desk Awards are, because that was funny.
Thank you. The Drama Desk Awards are one of the New York Theater's awards ceremonies every year. You know, of course, there's the Tonys that are the sort of the big mama.
Is that a big deal?
Yeah, the Tonys are.
I'm joking.
Pretty big deal. Yeah. There's also the Lucille Lortel's, which is strictly off-Broadway. The Outer Critics Circle, which sort of encompasses a lot. The Drama Desk is Broadway, off-Broadway, and off-Broadway. It goes all the way off-Broadway. And so you'll have shows that performed in a basement up against shows that are performing at the St. James Theater.
Now hosting it. You were just telling me before we got on the air.
Yeah.
It's not just memorizing lines or reading some teleprompter. It is much more than that. Go ahead.
You gotta go with what happens in the audience. You know, it's an audience full. It's streamed live on theatermania.com, but the audience, the people in the room at Town Hall, are basically all show people. So I have to put on a show for show people. And I'm not going to be better than them. You know, that's what they do. They make shows.
Are they tough critics?
Yeah, they're tough. It's a tough crowd. So you got to surprise them. You got to. Well, sometimes you got to go into the audience and play with them. And one thing that performers have in common with regular people is they don't like to be singled out when they're in an audience. They become just as shy as a regular person.
Hold on, you mean they came to watch a show, not be in the show?
That's right, they came to watch the show.
Yeah, but you just told me you went into the audience.
Yeah, I went into the audience and I forced them to engage. And it was delightful. They were really fun. I mean, Jesse Tyler Ferguson, as you saw from that movie.
Who was on One-on-One, one of our great guests. He told us about you.
I bet he did.
No,
I bet he spent his entire interview talking about me. The way I'm now talking about.
We don't lie on PBS, but go ahead.
He and I have gone back years and years, and we have a very, very friendly rivalry, as you saw.
Yes.
He was actually last year, nominated for Best Solo Performance for Fully Committed, which was on Broadway, which he won. Which I won a few years before for a show called Buyer and Seller, which I think is how...
Was that a one-man?
It was a one-man show. Yeah. And pretty sure that's what made them hire me to host the Drama Desk Awards. So the sort of running gag that Jesse and I have is that I am like the sort of poor man's him.
Poor man's him.
But
Really?
Yeah, a little bit. You know, because he's on TV and he was on Broadway. My show was off Broadway. But what's great is that we're friends and we get along. And actually, the show I did off Broadway that won me a Drama Desk Award was written for him. And when my mother came to see, and he never did it because he's on TV, and my TV show was canceled.
Is that true?
Yeah. Basically, yeah.
What TV show?
Well, at
Ugly
the time,
Betty?
Ugly Betty, but at the time it was another show called Partners. It got canceled, and so I got the gig in Buyer and Seller, which is really good.
Interesting.
Ended up being extremely good for me, obviously. Here I am.
You're talking about all these different things, but what about the government inspector?
Okay, the government inspector. I'm in rehearsal now. We'll be running from May 16th till June 24th. And it is a very funny Russian comedy at the, with the Red Bull Theater at the Duke on 42nd Street.
Oh, okay.
The Duke Theater, that's the name of the venue itself. But the Red Bull Theater, they specialize in the classics. And this is a very funny Russian comedy from the 19th century by Gogol that's got that's been adapted by Jeffrey Hatcher to sort of please a modern ear.
The premise?
The premise is about a local government of idiots who are being visited by an incognito government inspector from the Capitol. And they think it's me. I am just another idiot passing through. But they think it's me, so they wine and dine me and give me all the secrets of the town. Meanwhile, I just think they're wining and dining me and giving me all the secrets of the town. I don't realize that they think I'm the government inspector. So it's a really interesting comedy about government and Russia, and surprisingly topical.
Are you political?
A little bit. I didn't used to be, but suddenly I feel very engaged these days.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Growing up where?
I grew up in Texas.
When did you know and where did you get the feel for, hey, I want to...
The bug?
Yeah.
You know, when I was in high school, we did a production of Fiddler on the Roof. It was my freshman year, and I really thought I wanted to be a director. And I have since become a director, but I'm mostly an actor. And at the time, I was not interested in being an actor. But we were doing Fiddler on the Roof, and we didn't have enough boys. And so I was forced to be in the show, as well as the assistant director. And that kind of was it. I kind of got the bug then and there on stage in Fiddler on the Roof. I was the guy who came in and trashed the wedding. Usually that's many guys. In this production, it was just me.
Where does Juilliard come in?
So then I went to a community college. I didn't have great grades in high school.
Hold on, we don't have a lot of time.
And and so the teacher of the community college brought us on this amazing trip to New York. We toured Juilliard right here.
Yeah, right
this
here.
building. And he said, you have to audition for this place.
Because they knew you had something.
Well, he saw something in me. This guy, wonderful,
Did
wonderful
you see
teacher.
something in you? Sorry for interrupting.
I didn't have that much confidence at the time. I knew when I was on stage it was working, but I didn't know that there was going to be a career for me.
Really?
No, I didn't. You know, it's not an easy business.
I can't imagine. But you needed someone else to say,
I did.
You have something.
I did, and I think a lot of people do. I mean, and since then, there have been a few people in my life who I've seen something in and encouraged to audition for Juilliard or to make it and to really try to make it in show business. And I've been right a few times, and I think that's important to pay it forward a little bit. And I hope that I hope that people who need that get that, and people who see it give it.
You're sensitive to the challenges of others trying to break into this business, aren't you?
I am. Well, it's not an easy business, and I know that I've been lucky. I was lucky that Ugly Betty happened to me early in my career out of school because I had a really nice, wonderful success with wonderful people.
Was Vanessa Williams good to you?
Amazing, amazing. And if it weren't for her, I probably wouldn't have even been on the show. And she was supposed to have a different, I was her assistant on Ugly Betty. She was supposed to have a different assistant every week. But we got along so well, and she liked me so much, and she encouraged me to do the things I was sort of trying. She's like, that's funny, you should do that and do it over here, and you'll be in the shot. And I didn't know things like that. I didn't know.
Not everyone does that.
Not everyone does that, and
That's
she did not
awesome.
need to do that. She didn't need to share her spotlight, but she did.
She
and
paid it forward.
She paid it forward to me, and I became a series regular because of it.
I love that.
Yeah.
Piece of advice before I let you go.
Oh.
Piece of advice for those who say, I want to be in this business.
My piece of advice is say yes to everything. And when things are working, embrace that. And if you have an idea of yourself that nobody else seems to have, let it go.
Michael Urie, the government inspector over on 42nd Street. Where is it again?
The Duke Theater with Red Bull.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. What a
Drama
pleasure.
Desk Awards. Check out the Drama Desk Awards.
June 4th.
You're good. Thank you.
Thank you.
One on One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. This special edition of One on One with Steve Adubato is brought to you from the Tisch WNET studios at Lincoln Center. Funding has been provided by Englewood Hospital and Medical Center, Caldwell University, TD Bank, Qualcare Inc., Kessler Foundation, the North Ward Center, and by the New Jersey Office of the Insurance Fraud Prosecutor. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.
This is absurd. Insurance fraud costs every New Jersey family over $1,300 every year. Report fraud at njInsuranceFraud.org.